Okay, today we're going to measure and draw angles. Your homework is your evens front and back, so evens front and back. Just a reminder that all of your February assignments will close on March 16th, so make sure that you're keeping up with the assignments so they don't close on you. Do Now pictures will always close on that Friday. Always, always, always. If something is closed and you were absent, please email me. Only if you were absent, of course. All right, we're going to be in our notebooks today. Measure and draw angles. How many of you were lucky enough to have your 6th grade or maybe even your 5th grade have you practice with the protractor? Yay! Makes my life so much easier. Yes, a protractor. Now, if you did not get to use a protractor before in your other math classes, well, today's the day. It's pretty easy, but there's some little things that if you don't do, you get it wrong. Now, this is a tool, not a toy, so I don't want to see you spinning it or, not using it appropriately. They're plastic, so they will break. I know you're not trying to break it on purpose, but if you're playing with it, you might accidentally break it. So let's try to avoid that by not playing with them, right? So pass those out. Okay, this is called a protractor. It measures, what does it measure? Angles, very good. Measures angles. And it measures angles using degrees. So all of these numbers are degrees. 30 degrees, 40 degrees, 50 degrees. Does anybody know the most famous degree? 90 degrees. Does anybody know what we call 90 degrees?
Angle.
Starts with an R? A right angle. Good. All right, cool. Now, acute, what's the other one? Acute, right angle. Obtuse, very good. So it's in there somewhere. This week we'll review that. Some of you learn it, and some of you will be a review. Okay. All right. Please stop whatever you're doing. Please pay attention. What I'm going to go over right now is the most important parts to using a protractor. And more importantly, my protractors. You might have used a different protractor that has a little difference between my protractor and their protractor. So let's listen up and learn how to use the protractor that you will use on the test, the protractor you'll use on classwork. Okay. So you have 2 set of numbers, right? Here is 10, but here is also 10. So sometimes we'll use what I call the inside numbers, which are in the E's, and then the outside numbers, which are these. That's what I like to call the outside numbers. Okay? So sometimes Sienna will use the inside, and sometimes we'll use the outside. The hardest part of this is figuring out, do I use the inside or do I use the outside? That's the hardest part of measuring. Now, I think the most important part is this right here. Okay, so locate that. I like to refer to that as the upside down T, because to me, my eyes, it looks like an upside down T. You're going to be using this upside down T every single time you measure. So I'm going to say, hey, put the upside down T right here. And so I need you to go, oh yeah, this is what she means by the upside down T. Next thing that's most important is this line right here by the 4, and this line over here by the 0. This line by the 4 is actually 0. And this line by 0 is 0. I know. Alright, so there's two sides of 0, but this one's not labeled 0, it's labeled 4. Okay, but the most important part is, today, right now, the upside down T. Okay? Alright. Stay with me. Upside down T, right there, for those of you watching the video. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with, in the middle of your paper-ish, you're going to, not all the way on the top where your title is, you're going to come down, put a dot. Okay? That's all we're doing is putting a little dot right there. Alright, little dot. Alright, little dot. Okay. Now, I'm going to draw a line. This is a ruler too, so I'm going to use this as a ruler. Does it matter if it's straight or not? Yeah, it does. It does. Okay. I'm going to put on the left side, on this side. So, you don't know what left is. This is what I'm going to do. With my pencil, I'm going to draw a line, just a straight line. I'm going to use this as a ruler. So that's all I want you to do right now. So put the dot and put a line going that way. Stay with me. You don't want to fall behind because I got lots of stuff to teach, little things to teach you. All right. Now, the dot. That's where your upside down T goes on the dot. So, make sure that when you're holding your protractor, you can read the word school smart. If it's upside down, then you're reading it upside down. So make sure you can read the word smart. Be smart and read the word smart. Okay, upside down T. So this is where you have your protractor in your hand. You're finding your upside down T. Yeah, in your hand. There you go. All right, yeah, oh, there you go. Okay, right there. All right, and now put it on the dot. So the upside down T on the dot. Just like so. Now, mine is wrong. Okay, mine is wrong. Who can tell me what is wrong with it? What is wrong with mine? Okay, because this is what I saw first period. They did it wrong. See this line right here, my line? Is it lined up to the 0? No. So you see that right there, that difference right there, that little difference right there could throw off your answer and you would get it wrong. So this part right there, the fact that this is off would make it wrong. So you have to make sure that you rotate this so that your pencil line is right on that 0 line, that pencil line's on that 0, and your upside down T's on the dot. I know there's a glare, but right there, my upside down T is on the dot, and that 0 is lined up. These little steps that we take make a huge difference. All right, are we okay? All right, now, which numbers am I going to use? Am I going to use the outside numbers or the inside numbers? Here's how I can tell. This is 0, right? So when I start counting by 10, what's the next number? 0, 10, then 20, then 30. Okay, where are those numbers? Are those numbers that you just said out loud on the outside or the inside?
The outside.
Yeah, so when I start counting 0, 10, 20, 30, where am I at? I'm on the outside. So when you're like, which numbers do I use? Start counting. Am I going to count 0, 170, 160, 150? Does that sound normal? No. So I'm using the wrong numbers. I got to use these numbers. So let's go over to 70 degrees. So I'm going to find 70 degrees. All right. So is everything still lined up? Perfect. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. There is 70. Do you see 70? Now I'm going to put a little dot, a line, a little mark at 70 degrees. So I see 70. Put a little mark right there on 70. Got it? Now I move my protractor and use it as a ruler, and I'm going to connect my dot to the mark that I made. And this is now a 70-degree angle. And I go back and I place it. It should line up to exactly 70 degrees. And it does. Okay? So that's how we draw angles. Let's try another one. Put a dot in the middle, right? My dot. And then a line. We're going to go on the left side right now. Okay, so a dot and a line. Want to use this as a ruler. We're not freehanding. We're using this as a ruler. All right, so line up. Line it up. Upside down T, the 0, upside down T, 0. So make sure you got the dot on the upside down T and that 0. Make sure your line's long enough to hit the 0. It's another thing we ran into issues first period. Their lines were not long enough, so make sure your lines are long enough. Okay, we're gonna do a let's do a big one. Let's do 120 degrees. Okay? Am I gonna use the inside numbers or the outside? Outside, so we're gonna count by 10 going on the outside. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. We're all the way on the other side over here. 120 over here on the top side. So find 120 on the top, on the outside. Put a little mark on the 120. Little mark on the 120. Right there. 120. Pick this up. Now I'm going to use my ruler, my protractor as a ruler, and connect. You should have an angle that's wide open. You should have an angle. The bigger the number, the wider it is. The bigger the number, the wider it is. The smaller the number, the less compact it is. Okay, are you ready for a hard one?
Yes.
Okay, same deal. Same start. All right, so my start is the same. Dot, line, dot, line. Gosh, you've never been this quiet, ever. I love it. Okay, we're gonna do, wait, before I do that, let me zoom it in. All right, do you guys see all the little tiny lines? Yeah, okay. What are those? Those are your ones, like 51, 52, 53, 54, right? Do you guys see that there's a line that's a little bit longer?
That's 75.
Yeah, so you see these little lines? Those are bigger. Do you guys see in the middle they're longer?
That's the half.
That's the half. Those are your 5. So it's easier to count. So this would be 35, 45, 55, 65, 75. Do you guys see that? So they make those lines a little bit longer, so it's faster for you to count. So you're not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Like if let's see, can you guys read it? Let me work a little bit backwards. If I put a mark right there, does anybody know where that's at?
Yeah.
66. Because this would be your 5, right? So it's one line over the 5. Of course, if you're a little far away from the computer, it might be hard to see with the screens. We'll go with that. Okay, let's find 35. Let's find 35. Let's find 35. So we're going to go 35. So that's 10, 20, 30. So I'm at 30, right? Now I got to find the 5. And the 5 is the line that's a little bit longer. It's right in the middle. That would be 35. So I put my little mark right there on halfway between 30 and 40. And then I connect. We're good? Okay. Everybody hit the 35? Okay. Again, let me put it there so you see it. Sorry, we went too fast. There we go. It's between 30 and 40. It's between exactly 30 and 40 degrees. Okay? Cool? All right, now let's switch over to the other side. Now we're going to be using the inside numbers. All right. Does anything really change? Maybe. Let's see. Dot, but wait. If you act now, we're going to go to the right side. So the line is now going this way. And it makes a difference. Okay? Yes. So we're going to go the other way. We're going to go the other way. This line's going the other way. All right. So now, and I think the ones on your worksheet go this way. So I think. Yeah, they go this way. This is how it's going to be on the worksheet. So, most important part, right here. Does this line go right by the 0? That's the line that you got to make sure it's not off the 4. Right there, that 0 right there. Is my upside down T on the dot. So right there, I know it's a little blurry, but right here, that's the most important part. Is does that line meet that 4? Does that line meet that 4? Okay. Let's measure out 50 degrees. Now, this is now 0. And when I count by tens, what's the next number I'm looking for? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So now I'm going to use the inside numbers because those are the small numbers that become bigger later. I'm not going to use this side because I don't go 0, 170. I go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So now I'm going to use the inside numbers. So we go 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So now that I'm at 50, I'm going to put a little mark. Now I got to put the mark on the side. A little mark right there, symbolizing that that's my 50 degrees. Right there. I'm going to use the inside numbers. Inside numbers. We good? Pick it up. Turn. Yes, do it. Brand new stuff. Will you be doing this in high school? Yes. This slow? No. They'll expect you to know how to use it. But you will be measuring angles also in high school. Let's try one more using the inside numbers. So line it up, right? Oops. Is it lined up to the 4 right here? This 4 over here is the upside down T, the 4. Let's do 100 degrees. Where would 100 degrees go? 100 degrees. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 100 degrees. I'm looking for 100 degrees, which is right there. Degrees. Let me put it back so you see it. There it is. We're good? Okay. Okay? Okay. Pause where you're at. Pause where you're at. Does everybody have this in front of them, the new sheet?
Yes.
Okay. This one has you practicing something different. And I'll be honest with you, on the map test, they're already going to be drawn for you. They're not going to have you draw them. They're already drawn for you. So this is more practice of what you're actually going to see on the test. Okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. We're definitely 100% going to make these lines longer. And I'm just going to do that right now. Make that bottom line longer. Make that bottom line longer. All right. So I made all the bottom lines longer with my ruler. With my ruler. Ain't no squiggly lines accepted today. All right. Now, This is where your T goes. Where these two lines meet is where your T goes. So I'm going to place my T there. And most importantly, I'm going to make sure that line's where that 4 is. That T's lined up perfectly. There's no gap. And then that 4 right there. Okay? Okay, inside or outside numbers? Inside. So let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40. Ooh. Okay. I passed the 40.
45.
So it's what?
45.
45. Okay. This side and this side only, all your answers are going to end in 0 or 5. This side and this side only, all of your answers are going to end in 0 or 5. So if like you're off by a little bit, you're going to go to the nearest 0 or 5. So it's either going to be 7D, 6D, zeros, or like 55, 45, 110, 115. All your last numbers are 5 or 0. So what would be the measurement for number 1?
45.
So 45 degrees is what I write down. Again, let's show you how that is 45 degrees. Now your pencil might make the line a little bit longer. That's why so right there. And that is 45 degrees.
Wait, so if it's a little bit off.
Right, so this side, it's going to end in 0, 1. So if it's a little bit off, but it's closer to the 0, then you're going to take that as your answer.
To 60.
Yeah.
What about the back?
The back side, no. The back side it could be 63, it could be 64. The back side we'll talk about later. All right, let's do the front side. Let's worry about the front side.
Oh, here.
Extend your line. That's my answer key. Extend your lines. We'll take a picture. You got the second one? Let's see what my answer key is assigns. Jacob, what'd you get for the second one?
Wait, it's kind of like I moved it.
Oh no, go back. Put it back. Unmove it.
We're doing the inside?
Yeah, we're doing inside.
Yes, I got 30.
What'd you get?
I got 30.
Jacob got 30. What did we get?
30.
Yeah, we agree. Let's do it. 30. 30. Extend your lines. Trust me, extending it actually makes it easier. Extend both lines. If you want to extend the top line and the bottom line, go for it. We're done? Me too, I'm done too. Can I go home now? Do any of you have a field trip tomorrow?